Hey race fan, Brian Davis races, and you can too! Alright, believe it or not, I am racing right now. Well, I guess that's not totally true. I'm on my way. Stravaduro week 2. A teammate of mine is putting together 3 routes on Strava per week, or segments I should say. And then anytime the guys on the team or anybody else wants to go out and hit the routes, or segments, sorry, they do so, and then the cumulative time is a winner. So another teammate beat me yesterday by 11 seconds, same day, similar bikes, blah, blah, blah. I stopped short of the actual finish line because I scouted it poorly. That was my fault. He still would have beat me. No doubt about that, 0 doubt. But I'm gonna do the head-to-head animation and see how bad it really was. 50-degree day with a somewhat noticeable north to south wind, and then we have the 2 segments I'm going to do today. One is a TT that featured in our Omnium a couple years ago. It is a big square, so no wind, not a big deal there. And then a smaller segment on a road I don't know of, and that is the part I want to talk about in today's video, is how cool this is for just getting to know roads that you don't necessarily know. So today, to string all these together, what I did is I copied a route from Strava that a teammate of mine rode this morning, and then transferred that over to my Wahoo.
So last week's video, Stravaduro, took me to some places I'm very familiar with, but this week's Stravaduro took me a little bit off the beaten path. So in order to get there, I'm going to copy a teammate of mine that went and did all 3 of these routes in one ride. So all I do is go over to Strava, find the ride in question, and then this is the tricky part. Those 3 little dots there, I'm going to create the route. After that, it'll show up in Strava's route builder, and I'm going to hit save, and that's it. I don't manipulate. You could edit the route if you wanted to at that point, but there's really no reason to. So you save that as something, and then I click it on private, because this is really only for me, and it's not a very interesting route other than to get to these 3 places that I'm trying to get to. So that's it. Now I can export the GPS, print, do all sorts of different things from there. But then let's take a look at what that looks like on the actual phone in the Strava app. So the key to finding the routes, again, it's a little bit hidden, is to go to your profile on the app. I'll get there in a second. Profile on the app. Nope, not the training. The profile guy. Come on, pay attention. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then there's routes. So once it's there, now you know it's ready to be uploaded to your Wahoo, or you can start it right on the phone. But once it's in that stage, you know it's ready to roll. So it works really well once you get the hang of how to find these things. So I wanted to show you just in general how to play around with routes on Strava, because it's a newer feature. They just updated it, and I think there's going to be a lot more updates coming soon. So it's really, really slick. And again, this kind of builds into the whole Stravaduro thing. Like, there's competition involved, there's exploring new routes. There's just a lot of ways to build your cycling community locally by doing a few more little tweaks with Strava. All right, so this is how I can use the new route builder to find new roads. And I've done this a couple times, and I want to run you through how it works. It's really, really cool. All right, in the new Strava route builder, they will pre-designate routes, and you can also create your own. So you can sort these routes based on how far you want to go or how you want to look at them. You can even overlay the heat map with that little double square funny looking icon up in the right. And then you can get a sense of what's coming, including the surface. And they use what type of bikes were ridden on those roads to determine what type of surface it is. So it's not perfect yet, but it's going to come a long way really quickly, because they just have so much data to play with. So on this one, I did a 40-mile route. You can see in the top line there, and it's a ride, or you could do a run, and then I can pick what if I want a hilly route or a flat route, all sorts of different ways to adjust it. So like I said, ride or run, you can see the details, flat, hilly, all that stuff. So around here, I've ridden all these roads 1,000 times, but even on the other day after the Stravaduro, I still went out. I created a longer 60-mile loop, and I found some new roads that I've been on maybe once or twice, but I would never have enough confidence to go out and do on my own because I don't know the area well. So there again, it just shows up under your routes on Strava, and then you know that you can transfer it directly over to your Wahoo in like 5 seconds. It's so easy to do. And the other thing with the routing is it doesn't use big roads. It uses intelligent roads because it's finding where cyclists have been. And Garmin always struggled with that, trying to put me on highways. All right, so let me show you another little trick in Strava. So if you wanted to create your own route, let's say you're traveling. So you go in there and you hit Explore Routes, the button in the middle with the red outline. It's kind of a weird UX, but there it is. So you go down to the bottom and see where it says Draw Your Own Route. This is really cool. So you click on this eventually. I will click on it. Won't I? I feel like I will. I think I was still exploring some other routes. Okay, now I'm going to draw a route. So you click on the pencil icon in the lower right-hand corner, and you kind of got to get the scroll right to figure out how far you're going to end up going. Again, it's not perfect with the way the map goes, and it's hard to edit it on your mobile. That's very difficult. But it just snaps to a route, and it's a good route. So I zoomed in, and I'm it's not putting me on Highway 10, which is a road that you would not want to ride your bike on around here. And Garmin always wanted to put me on Highway 10, which was so infuriating. But this instantly, right away, worked so much better. So I think I'm going to zoom in just to take a look at these things. And again, it's just super simple. Just hit Use Route, and it's going to show up once it syncs with your Wahoo in the app. You're good to go. It's super simple. So it'll route you to the beginning. The Wahoo will route you to the beginning of the route. I do have a couple question marks with the Wahoo routing. I actually reached out to them and I haven't heard back yet on their responses. But just to show you exactly how that works, once you launch the Element app, then you'll be able to see the routes, the planned workout, and even do the Strava segments as well. So during Stravaduro, I did all those things. I had a route going because I copied my friend's route like I showed you before. I was doing a planned workout, sort of. I didn't stick to it very well, but it was on. And then I was also doing live Strava segments. So I was doing all three of those at once on the Garmin, or on the Wahoo app, sorry. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the syncing process. Sorry, I was just going to show you how to get in the Wahoo. So it's on the routes, click into the routes, sync the route, and then it'll show up on your Garmin head unit. God, I keep saying Garmin. I'm so sorry. It'll show up on your Wahoo head unit, and it's very easy to get started. And it'll even ask you on the Wahoo head unit, do you want to start this route? So hard to beat. So this is just me zooming in. I wanted to show you they do really take some small country roads in our area. It's perfect. Now, I heard some backlash in larger urban areas. So like if you're in London or Amsterdam or New York, it's finding a lot of commuter heavy routes. So they wouldn't be great for a cyclist going 25 miles an hour. But, it's not perfect. Again, it's a first iteration of the routing feature, and I think it's a great way to explore roads even around you that you think you've ridden your whole area all your life. Might be a way to find some new areas. The reason that route had that little cutoff there is because my finger slipped a little when I was creating the route. That's all that was. So that is how you make routes on Strava using the new Route Builder. Let's see how I do in the Stravaduro.
Oh my God. Oh God, I so don't enjoy those efforts. Oh, that's not fun. Stravaduro week 2 was a little tougher on me than those short punchy ones, so I got 4th place this week, and I'm quite happy with that. I did a PR on that time trial that was actually in a race setting by a pretty good margin, almost 25 seconds off it from 2 years ago, I think, or 3 years ago. So hard to be too upset with that. And I was a little tired coming into this, and a couple guys on my team are absolutely flying. So I definitely have some work to do, and this is so motivating to see where other people are at, just like a group ride would be. So this is a good exercise. I would encourage you guys to do that. Okay, so the goal in this channel is to grow our sport, grow our knowledge, and grow our fitness, and hopefully I delivered that to you today. If you get a chance, please subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it, and start a Stravaduro in your neck of the woods. Thanks for watching. See ya.